Katyoparty here. Haven't done a video for a little bit. I did make that new intro, and that was kind of fun. And Mr. Stanley got to be on it. He's the one that you always hear growling, barking, just generally being a little terror around here. Anyway, what have I been working on? Excuse me. I watch loads of YouTube videos because I just love watching people create, seeing ideas, sparking some of my ideas. Right now, I am starting a new phase of obsession with traveler's notebooks. I ordered a Chic Sparrow Odyssey in Artemis, and it's supposed to arrive today. Can't wait. I was turned on to them by Amity Bloom, Nazi at Amity Bloom. I've been loving watching her journal video, her creative videos. And so that is how I first heard about Chic Sparrow, and then I've really became obsessed with getting one. So I'm so excited because it's supposed to be delivered today. Can't wait. Anyway, what else have I been doing? I found like 2 or 3 pages of scrapbook paper in Halloween theme. And I don't think people are big into giving Halloween cards. I don't know. I worked as a merchandiser for a while, part-time, for American Greetings, and so clearly people are into giving Halloween cards and stuff because we had about 1 million of them. But I'm not a big Halloween card giver. But this year, since I found those pieces of paper, I actually made 6 cards, but my son took 2 of them to give to his girlfriend. So, his girlfriend and her sister. So I only have 4 left, but these are the ones I made. You know, I do every one a different design, and I don't know. I know that the sun is shining in. I can't help the sun, but I don't have like blinds. I just have shears on the windows up here in my art studio. So, you know, the light is what it is. Anyway, though, I made this little card, and all my cards are blank at this point because I just like them that way. So I used, you know, just, I can't even remember what kind of paper it was. Some of you who are card makers or paper crafters may recognize the patterns. I've had it for so long. So I just, you know, used flowers, a little 31, you know, nothing too crazy. Boo seems to be my go-to on these cards, and I'll tell you why. Because I have all these alphabet stamps from when I used to scrapbook, and they all had the B and 2 O's on there. Like, a lot of the other letters were gone, some of the other vowels, but I discovered that a lot of them had boo, so I could write boo. So hello, that's what I did. Now, the only thing about this card here, I'll take this one out since it's, none of these are boxes, so I guess I cannot be so lazy. So what I did here was, this was a butterfly. And I thought, well, what if I cut him so he looks like a bat? I think he looks like a bat. You know, don't look super too close, but anyway. So I just, you know, I cut out circles that were on one paper with this glitter around them. This was like this. I just added some stickles, some fabric lace, and there you have it. I am thinking, I mean, I enjoy making cards. I enjoy paper crafting a lot. I love paint and stuff too, but I like to use it on paper. I've been doing some painting, acrylic pouring, all that, and I do like that, but I'm really, I don't know if I'll be making cards For now, I am making Christmas, and I'm going to show you some of those. Anyway, this one is just, you know, the leftover paper. This was, I think, the last card I made. It was the leftovers, what was left. And so this is, you know, this part of the paper. It was just a big sheet with these. And then some, what do you call that? Embossed, flocked. It's flocked. And a little bit of lace. Boo. And I had some paper that I thought was kind of went with the color, so I threw that inside. So there's that. These little sleeves, I get it up online at a place called Oak Creek Printworks. I don't know, I happened across them many years ago, so I continued to purchase from them. But they're really good at like these sleeves at the little boxes that you, do I have one here? Yes, I do. At these kind of cellophane boxes, they're really good. I've never had any problems with them. Anyway, here's another one. Boo. The same paper, 31. And I just added, you know, a little thing inside for the signature part of it, the signing. So those are the 4. I'm going to give them to just to my four of my friends that I hang out with, and we play mahjong. Anyways, so there's that. Throw them across to the other table. Okay, then I decided I'm going to be in a holiday fair November 8th. And so as much as I really wasn't too excited to start Christmas stuff, I have been working on Christmas stuff for about a week now. And one thing I like to do is I love to recycle clothing tags. Let me just grab a handful. Somewhere over there. Okay, a handful. That's funny. I have this whole drawer full of tags. When I buy clothes, or now when my husband, my son, and people know that I collect these, I save them. And I think my very, very first YouTube video ever was, or maybe the second, was about how much I like to recycle these tags. And I don't save every one. They have to be, well, you should watch the video, because they have to be like a certain weight, a certain feel. Like, I love this because it's square, but it's a nice sturdy, or like this is fabric, but I love that, and I'm gonna do something really cool with it sometime. Anyway, so I have from everywhere, from years. And then I also have like ATCs. I have some black ATCs. This drawer started out as an ATC thing, and then it's morphed into any kind of tag. So anyway, I love to redo those. Excuse me. It's getting really dry here in Colorado. We had snow on Monday, and I think the high was 33 or something. Then yesterday it was 78 and summer again. But anyway, the temperature fluctuating, the air's getting drier. It gets really dry here in the winter. And so I think that's why I keep having to clear my throat. Anyway, so these are just some little gift tags I made to recycle. And you know, it's paper, stamping, some words. I don't have the package now. I don't think they're Tim Holtz. They're some other. I got 4 sheets from the Funky Junky Art Boutique. I think that's what it is. I order from them online a couple times a year, usually at least. So anyway, I just used, I had some stuff left over from last year from Christmas making. And so I was determined I'm going to use up some of these scraps and stuff. So I went through and sorted all my little papers into little by size and then solid pattern. You know, I was obsessing. Anyway, so I decided I'm using up a bunch of little thing. So I just made some little tags here. And then what I've been keeping them in was this. I can't remember what I got, but this is just like a little plastic packaging. And so I'm just using it as a little tray for this. Oh, this is my favorite, I think, because it's sparkly, super sparkly. Anyway, Merry and Bright. And then on the back, you know, I just have these blank for the most part. Here's another sparkly one, but I'm trying to use up little, see, now I wrote on the back to and from. My writing's not all too good, but I don't know. I was gonna stamp it, but then the stamps I had were too big for this size of a card. So anyway, and then I added ribbons, fibers. I discovered that I had this leftover leather, super skinny. So I had some glass beads that had a big enough hole, so I added a couple glass beads, and then here's another, Comfort and Joy, and you know, I just stamped up minimal decoration to the back. Here's another one with the glass beads, a happy elf, because I just thought that little kid with the little, it's not a teddy bear, it's a monkey, I just recognized. Anyway, so there you have that. I tried to write a little better on this one, see? It's smaller. I tried to really be good with it. Okay, so there's that. Then I got tired of making those, so I decided to make some bigger tags. So let me show you. I'm a huge fan now of saving. I think this was probably from like spinach or something, but these are really pretty sturdy. And they're clear, so they don't, you know, they aren't some wild color. I'm not even gonna cover them or anything. I just kind of like them. So I made some tags. So I'm about tagged out, though, to be honest. I don't know how many are here. I haven't counted them, but this one was left over from last year. You know, pretty simple little deal. And then I kept them in the order I made them. I don't know why, but you know, so I had some, I had bought a big pack of this paper from India. It's like cloth paper almost. And I was determined, let me see if I still have any in here. I think I used it all up. Anyway, it came in a square, it's square. So anyway, so I just thought, hey, I am gonna use it. So that's what this is. And then I did buy like an ephemera pack that has all this, and it had some paper, Christmas papers, which are in the, I use some for cards. But anyway, so I used a little bit of that. This is a stamped gold star. Let me see, I think I have another one here somewhere that I haven't used yet. These are also part of the paper pack, these little squares. So it started out like this, stamped it, and then I was like, you know, what if I used some glossy accents to kind of build that up? Because I really, this wasn't a perfect image on this one, and I thought also the glossy accents might make the shimmer, because this is pretty gold. Can you see that? Ooh, a little sparkly. Anyways, I thought it might, you know, make it more intense. But then after I did it, so I cut it out. I didn't go all the way, you know, fussy cut around. And I just thought that looked pretty. So I used my stamps to do the to and froms on these, and just some ribbon. I love this ribbon. I just love all the flowers, and you know, it may not be that Christmassy, but I love it. So there's that. And I don't think I'll torture you by making you look through every single one, but this one, fa la 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 la, black snowflakes, because you know, those are in nature, right? This one, ho ho ho. And I just really liked the sparkly, and so more of the glass beads. Here's another one that's, you know, a little less conspicuous, but it says Mary. And all these papers are from that, that paper pack. So this one actually has little tiny, look like stars, snowflakes kind of things in the background, and fa la 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 la. And of course I just couldn't get enough bling on this one. And also one thing I did was, when you cut the corners off the paper, you know, the tag is like this, but to cut the, actually I'm totally confused. I made these tags. I took one tag that I had and I've been using it as a template. See, this is a pre-made one from last year that I didn't use. So I made that into a template. So I actually made these tags. So it's like this Indian paper and then cardstock on the back. And I really did not stress too much about what color cardstock went on the back. I just wanted to use it. So when I cut these corners though, I end up with a ton of these little triangles. And of course, wanting to use them, I decided, oh, I can just put them on the corners, see? Contrasting. Like, not everyone got it because this got ribbon and stuff, but I discovered, oh, hey, that's kind of cool, and I'll use up those little bits because I just couldn't stand the thought of throwing them away. See, so this one has it. This is like a super glittery snowflake underneath, and then I took one of my stamps, stamped on some of these pieces of the India paper, cloth paper, whatever, and then I just decorated them a little with stickles, used a couple more of those triangles. I don't know, I really like that one too. This one, you know, pretty straightforward. I had some silver ribbon trim kind of stuff, and I thought the stars worked. There's one with you know, a gold deer head. And then I bought these, had a huge haul, and I should have done a haul video from that Philly and Funky Junkie. God, why can I never remember the name? I have a mental block for that. Anyway, I bought these. I thought were cool. Never seen them. Coffee break design cutouts. Slowly peel off the removable label. If its shape needs to be punched out, punch out back. Now it says coffeebreakdesign.com. Use responsibly. What does that mean? Like, what else could you do with these that would be irresponsible? It's like, it makes me want to, I don't know, are people doing crazy things with these? It has a weird smell. So what I did was, when I first opened the pack, I was like, that is a weird smell. They're really brown, they're heavy, you know, they're heavier duty, I don't know. Are they made from coffee grounds? They don't really smell like coffee grounds. They smell more like burnt wood. Anyway, so they are a little thicker. You know, they're pretty stout. But I got the ones that have tree designs, and I got 3 different ones. So I'll have different tree designs. And they have these stars on them too. But anyway, those are those. So I used a star on here. These are just, you know, you end up with little strips left of paper, you know, when you're trimming things. And so I thought, oh, funk it up. Anyway, so there's that. There's one of the trees, and I painted it with a silk in spicy tomato. But with the dark wood and the spicy tomato look, it's a really cool, it looks very burgundy, and I don't know. I like it. I like it. Then my son had given me a whole bag, I will show you, of these red bows that were left over from his work from last year, and they were just gonna throw them out, so he retrieved them. So they have this ribbon and then the bows. Well, I can't tie a bow like that, so what I've been doing is just trimming at the back, you know, like right here for the bows. And then this leftover part, well, there's, you know, a good foot probably. I have been using that to make just the little ties because those are easy. So there's that. This says God Jewel, which I looked up because I had in a paper pack that it means Merry Christmas in like Swedish or Danish. Anyway, so there's that. Whipping through. I had die cut a ton of snowflakes that I had left from last year, so I'm using them up. And of course, you know, I just love bling. Now here's a bow off of some other, I don't even know what I got it off of, something I bought. But anyway, so I made a little tag that says, I believe, with a little angel. Whoops. And just some, you know, twine that has the silver and gold. There's a few of these because this paper, I don't remember what paper line, but I cut out several of these were on the backs of some sheets, so I just embellished that up. So there's some that have the same Santa. This one says nice, make a wish. This is one of these that I just cut in a heart, using up more paper trimmings. And okay, so here's the Santa. That's the same paper line. I had these little tags and I put glossy accents on them just to, I don't know, they're wood, little wood. This is a leaf. I have no idea where I got that from, but I glossy accented it. Then I put some stickles. Then I found, oh, I have this little pearl beaded trim. I have a roll of it somewhere, but I found a little piece, so I was like, oh, well, he needs to go on there. Then I added a little strip of bling paper that I had, paper scrap. Okay, here's another one. These are some rub-ons that I had from, I don't even know when, but I used those. Here's another Santa. So see what I mean? Like, same Santa, but totally different look. You know, little pearl trim I had, bling, always believe, a ticket that says Merry Christmas, more of the corner things. So even though I have a couple, because I don't do anything, I never do like 5 identical cards or 2 identical cards, or every single one I just do different. This one is non-traditional Christmas colors. Here's another Santa out of that same thing. Oh, now I got fancy and I used blue beads because blue, I don't know, some of the stars. There's another same Santa, different day. Anyway, so I've got rid of all my rub-ons that I had. This one's I liked. It's really cute. And I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I thought this little fox was so cute. He was on the paper. Anyway, so I just kept this kind of the blue-white theme. And anyway, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas blingy. Here's a little, I didn't do a whole lot to this because I just thought it was such a cute pattern. The little kids, I outlined them. And the little dog just to, I don't know, make them stand out more. I had a little gold star stamp I used, some stickles, nothing too fancy. Here is the Santa again. This time I stamped the ornament thing on there and then I fussy cut it out. Did that. Here's the Santa with the sleigh. I did some, colored some little snowflakes that I got. Die cuts with some different gold, brown. Anyway, I did blue stars. Same Santa, different. Same sleigh, reversed, different. Here he is again. I did blue reindeer stamps. How about that? And I had a red button that I colored red, then I glossy accented. And then the last one, 'tis the season to be jolly. I just was, I don't know, trying different things. So I am pretty well tired of making these tags. So that, I think, is going to be the tags for the year for me. But anyway, it is fun to make your own tags, you know, and you can, like, this is, I just cut all the paper myself. I traced, you know, from my little template, which was kind of fun. I like these bigger ones, but I am itching to do some more of those small ones, so I will be doing that because Lord knows I have enough paper I need to use up. Okay, so there's those. Then I made some cards, which there's another one of those trees that I told you about. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I added some gold stays on and then some stickles and one little snowflake that I colored. Here's one that's the same little ornament thing, but this was on there were some pieces that were dark bronze, so I just kind of color coordinated. And I used some more of those little triangles. Red bow. A little embossed modeling pastry. My version of country, home for the holidays. More red bows. This one, oh, I got these little things. Let me reach over, pardon my hair. I got these, they're like a little loop that each one has a little Christmas light. So on this one, what I did was I cut the little loop so it would lay flat, just be flat. And then, and see how they move? Look, they can slide all along. Let's see, they're all able to move. Anyway, so the inspiration was this was the front of an old Christmas card that I had cut out and saved. So I, you know, did the corners with the little corner cruncher to make them a little prettier. Then I added all this, but I was like, oh, those little lights would be perfect. So I cut them so they'd lay flat. So before I glued this on, I stretched them across to the back, and I did one of each color, and they're just so fun, aren't they? Anyway, I thought those really went together well, and I love that they move. So, so there's that. Nothing, you know, little butterfly, a Christmas butterfly. Here's another one with another one of the Santas. Oh, this one I thought was really pretty. It's just a sweet little angel, like an ATC, and I added some stuff. This one goes this way. It's a little banner, Noel, with little Santas in the background. I have to photograph all these. So this one is some of those pre-made little tags that I wanted to use. And this, it says Merry Christmas in some other language. I can't remember. But I distressed the ribbon to make it look kind of grungy, and anyway, I have to photograph that, so I haven't. Here's another one with a little tree I decorated, and a stick pin. I had some stick pins, so I added stickles on there. Believe in the magic of Christmas. I love this little ribbon I have, satin ribbon with the little pleats, so there's that. And that is it. Those are, wow, I need to make more cards. Anyway, that is it. So that's that. Okay, moving right along. I have been doing some acrylic pouring, and I'm not going to show every single picture. I'll just show a couple. This is the latest one I've done. Ooh, I can really see the shadows. That's probably really annoying for you guys. Anyway, I have not sealed it or anything, and it's got some texture, but I did use primary elements in it, so there is like a sheen of gold all throughout, mostly well, you can see it right here, but anyway, I got some cell action, and blue. I don't know. I think this one's pretty. I got to seal it and then it'll be ready to go. As a result of my acrylic pouring, there's a couple of things. Not every pour is a success, and so I have, sometimes I'll just cover it over with gesso and pour it again. This one, I didn't do that. I decided to use, let me grab these. When you do acrylic pouring, I do mine, the tray is on freezer paper. And so what happens is you end up with skins or drips and puddles and stuff. So I decided, well, I want to make something with that stuff. So let me put this back on these two. Sometimes the drips, the drips are always just so, they're so cool. Like, I don't know if you can see that drip? It has like all these colors. They're like individual little works of art. So what I did was I decided to try to use these in my art better, or at all. So what I would do is I peeled some off. So here's what I was doing. On this one, I didn't hate the background, but I didn't love it either. It has some cool colors, and in the light, it's, kind of cool. But I decided, what if I just took the background and let that kind of guide me. This isn't done yet, by the way, but let that kind of guide me. And I thought, oh, I started looking at the shapes, the natural shapes of some of these pieces of paint. And here's the rest of the ones I used. Okay, so I'm looking at my puddle. My puddle's down here. And there would be just like, as I'm looking at this, I would see the shape of like a petal for a flower. So some of them I just peeled up that way, like this. This right here, doesn't that look like the petal of a flower? Anyway, so I decided to just start peeling up some of that stuff. Okay, then this, I just didn't want to save the whole piece of paper, but look at the back is even super cool. And you can see, like here, okay, here's a piece. But you can see, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful on both sides. But anyway, so I started looking for shapes on the piece of paper. Like this would be a good flower petal, and I was just peel them up. I don't know if I can peel this one up because, there we go. Because it's stuck onto the gray. Anyway, you gotta be pretty patient, and there we go. See, that wants to all come up. So there's a petal for a flower. Okay, so I would trim around this like that. And then I would have this beautiful flower petal. See, that's too light to go with this, but you get the picture. Anyway, so what I did was I started just laying them down. I didn't glue them down at first. I just started laying them down. Whoops. And I was like, oh, they kind of, that kind of reminds me of flowers. And so once I had a design I kind of liked, then I matte medium. I used matte medium, and I stuck them down. And then I decided, well, I wanted some leaves or the plant bottom. And I have a stencil that is this. So I used some modeling paste, and I stenciled those down. And then you know, the background was already green, so I started messing with those. But eventually what I did was I took my Pitt pens and I started outlining and, you know, made these more into flowers. And then a little bee emerged. I'm a backyard beekeeper, so a little bee emerged. That was cool. Okay, then I hated what I did right here. Hated it. So I decided to go back in and start redoing this part here. And I haven't finished that because then I got frustrated, so I took a break. But I used some of the drops of off of here, just like the drops. And I used some, let's see, my gold Signo Uniball. This isn't gold, but I have a bunch of colors. So I used those, some white, some black. I went over this. This has been evolving. So this isn't done, but it's on its way, and you know, it's gonna be cool when it's done. But if you can see, just like some of these backgrounds are so cool. Look at all the colors in there. Can you see that? How each drop is like its own little piece of art. I'm just loving it. And the way they drip, so many of them are just like perfectly round. I couldn't make that if I had a million years to try. This one's cool. A lot of cell action and stuff on these. This one in particular. Isn't that cool? I'm getting energized to do something with those because I saved them. Save them all. Here's another one. This is super bright, and this is like a pour on a pour, so it's got these colors on the back. See, and I can't peel those off, and then there's a ton of gold right here. So that will get used for something. If any of you have a way to store these that's better than this, let me know, because I am building up this pile. Although I am kind of starting to lose interest in acrylic pouring, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I actually will build up more. And this one I mostly used. Anyway, I've made a few things using those, and it is fun. It is fun to do. Okay, then my latest obsession that I now am in is junk journals. I want to make junk journals. I watched a bunch of, well, Shannon Green's did it for a long time, and I used to watch, I still watch her, but I've watched like, I think almost every video of hers, and I love the way that she uses what she has and uses up things and stuff. And then I also started watching Rosemary Morris, who has like awesome trash journals and stuff. And Tammy Brackett, I've been watching her. Gosh, there's so many I watch, but anyway, and Amity Bloom I started watching. Hers are beautiful pieces of art. Anyway, so this is my first one. I started it yesterday. It is a cereal box. And then I had in my stash, I don't even remember where I bought these rolls of paper. This one has fish. And so the reason I chose the fish is because I'm gonna make this a junk journal of our, we did a Southern Caribbean cruise in April, which I'm glad we did because many of those islands have now been destroyed with the hurricane season. So I'm happy that I got to see them before all that devastation. But anyway, so that is why I chose the fish. And I was watching Tammy Brackett. I've watched Rosemary. I checked out a bunch of videos on how to do cut and glue and stuff. And so I just started that. So work in progress. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm sure this is way too long already. In any case, that's what I have. That's what I've been doing. And I am going out of town next week to an art retreat in North Carolina. It's called Re-Me, R-E, big M-E. It's put on by Jean Skipper and Jody O. And it is always a fantastic time. I've gone twice before, and I'm excited to have another adventure. So, with that said, I am gonna work on some stuff today, and I will see you again soon. Adios.